Hello, today I'm going to show you how to make a basic hull for your battleship. So normally when you do this, you will want to go into your part piece and you want your adjustable hull. You can use like this if you want to, but I prefer to use this, like the adjustable hull. So to get it, you just want to click it. It's also down here by default, so I'll just grab it from down here. So what I would do is just like quickly attach this to here, then press X to get rid of stop like placing it and get rid of this. So you've now got your hull because you can't delete that block by default. Next, I would suggest putting your height to 8, 9 or 10, somewhere around about then, and your length maybe 60, 70, depending how big you want your battleship or your whatever you're making, aircraft carrier, it doesn't matter. And then you will want like maybe like to make I would do maybe like 30. I find good if you're making a big battleship. If you're doing like a cruiser, I find it better like 25. Next, you will want to make like the end bit of your ship and the front bit of your ship. You're going to have to go up like this, and this will be the front of your ship because the arrows are pointing this way. Here will be your back. So the back we're going to do first. So we're going to add our adjustable hull, if it'll let us, here it is, and we're going to go into here. If this panel isn't up by default, go into settings here. Okay, for this I'd suggest maybe like 10. Doesn't matter what length, you can have it any length, and take your length here to do your forward width. Sorry, there we are. So now you want to do your height. So do the same height as this. So I did 8, so do 8. Okay. Next, you can either leave it as this or you can change the back. To do the back, you do the backwards width. I'm just going to leave it at like there. You can do anything you want, you can make it. I'm just doing a basic hull. I don't often use this type of hull, I tend to go longer, but you can do whatever you want. I often go with longer, but it's harder to do that. Next is front bit. The front bit is a bit harder. So you want to do the same as you did there. So the back width, this time, you want to go to about 25, and you want your height to be about 8. Well, whatever you say for here, you want your height to be here. Okay, then you want your length. So the front bit of a battleship is always going to be longer than the back. Or, well, most of the time. You can have it either way, it doesn't matter. But you will want, if you are making like a traditional battleship, it does tend to be longer. So if I was you, I would do maybe like 30 to between 25 and 30. So I'll try 25. So here we are. So I would actually maybe do like 35 or something. It depends on what you're trying to make. Aircraft carriers, they tend to have a shorter front of the battleship, of the ship. I mean, like you can do you can just do it however you want it to look. I tend to do 0 or 1 for the forward width. I think 0 does look better. So here is a basic hull. You can change its color if you want to. For example, if this is what I tend to do, is I tend to make the bottom of my ship red, for example, like that. It's quite a bright red, that. But anyway, I tend to do that. Then what you can do is then you can put your hull here, and you'd want to wave this in a wave out underwater. I'll do armor another time, but say for example, if you wanted this to be your top bit, then what you'd do is you'd want to scale this, or press U, or press up here. I'm going to press U. Keyboard shortcuts are helpful in this. This is actually a little long. This hasn't scaled quite right, as you can see. You can use a different snap, but I'm not going to for this. I'm just doing a basic tutorial. And then you could drag this along. So I tend to do this. Then, for example, I put on the bridge, for example, or the guns. So there's just a basic, like, here's just like a basic hull. I'm not going to put anything on it right now. Another thing, if you want to go a bit more fancy with your hull, you can do other stuff like, just let me go back to moving. We can do stuff with like the end here. I wouldn't recommend it if you don't know what you're doing, but say for example you can do height offset and to like change the end.